This is the Open Mic on FM104.
So anyway, I mean, in terms of the music, then, when I was listening to 7 Days there, I was getting different things, and I heard. I don't know. And sometimes when I'm talking to bands,
don't be shy.
No, I don't know whether you should say what you hear or
say what you hear.
Well, I was hearing like little bits of like Pearl Jam kind of thing going on there. Do you get that?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I was talking to somebody the other night, and I was like, they were asking me, it's bands hate being asked what you blah 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 blah. And I'm going to say it now, grunge babies. We all listen to them. Like, I seen Nirvana in the O2, formerly The Point.
Yeah,
great gig.
Was that a 92 gig? Was it?
Were you at that?
No, I wasn't. I had tickets. These tickets they cost £15. They cost, right?
Exactly. I still have it.
I explained to my mother that there was a friend of mine with a free house in Dublin, right?
Yeah.
And she didn't think I should be allowed to go because of that. And I said, well. And then I started making up stuff. This guy's parents were away, and he had an older brother, and I was like, and she said, if you think I am letting you go off up to Dublin by yourself to a free house,
nothing about the band.
So I never got to go. I was gutted.
It was an amazing gig.
No, I don't want to know about it.
Amazing gig. I won't say it. I just remember I was standing in the bar, and obviously it's the Old Point, and I'd ordered drinks for myself and friends. And I had the plastic cups, and it's very hard to kind of hold them and carry them. And I just heard they started with Teen Spirit, and of course the points went everywhere.
I'm going to kill your mic now because I'm actually
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sickened.
But the beers went everywhere, and I won't name who it was, but there was a certain Irish actress, unfortunate enough to get showered with the 3 pints, and the boyfriend, who was about 7 foot tall, just looked at me, and I legged it.
Right, okay.
And went into the gig, and good luck. I'll talk to you. See you later.
Bye. Never to be seen again. Yeah. So I mean, I mentioned the sort of Pearl Jam thing, but
we don't shy away from it.
What would you say? How would you describe it? How would you describe the music?
The music, it's alternative, acoustic, folk rock.
Yeah.
It's not heavy hardcore stuff. There's an awful lot of pop element in it.
Right.
Especially with 7 Days, I think it's a fantastic poppy tune.
Yeah.
But it has that edge of you get on the M50, or as the MO as you call it, and you just bail down, and if a song makes you drive not over the limit, just to a speed that is comfortable, responsible speed, like that's. You got a good tune, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And what are you listening to right now? What's in the car or the iPod? Or the phone?
Personally, myself, I actually started listening to Birdie, which is completely nothing like what we do. Right. Have you heard of Birdie?
I've heard the name, but
she's done a cover of Bon Iver, "Skinny Love" on piano. She's about 16 or 17, and I don't actually have no information apart from that.
Right.
But it's all very piano based.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the usual, the Foo Fighters and the Queens of the Stone Age.
What do you keep going back to? What do you find yourself going back to?
Definitely the grunge stuff.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, it stands
up. What are you listening to right now?
Much the same, Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Mainly at the moment, yeah.
At the moment?
Is
that the fallback then, the Foo Fighters, is it?
It's the only CD in the car at the moment. So.
it's stuck on a loop, yeah. I don't know, I personally, I like, I listen to all kinds of stuff, but I do find myself going back to the old stuff. I don't know.
It works.
I don't know, is it because when you were growing up, when you were 16 or 17, you're listening to it, or I don't know.
But I think so. I think it's basically what you start listening to from, I think, 14 onwards, really influences what kind of taste what kind of friends you're going to have, what kind of social surroundings you're going to have, where you're going to go drinking, where you're going to go gigging, where you're going to hang out, and when the grunge thing was happening, there was such a big political thing, musical, political, it's like, this, that. It's like, and now it's kind of retro, which is, somebody said it to me, it's like, yeah, it's kind of retro. Or even, I think, on an email or a text we got, was like, it's got a kind of retro grunge Seattle sound.
Retro is like 15 years ago now.
Hang on a minute, that was only 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, retro to me is, and as it is
1960s or something,
way back then, you know. So, but everything goes in a circle, I think, and it's been said before, it's a cycle.
Yeah.
I even checking out, like, the website, there was I can't think of the band that was on, but they got the Sideburns and...
On with me.
They were on with you, yeah. They did Sideburns, and I just went, it's like the Kinks meets the Beatles meets...
Oh, it could have been the Minutes or something, was it?
Something like that, yeah. And, like, the guys were great.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, I always remember
that's retro to me.
I always remember, again in the 90s we were talking about, like, it was Oasis and all the rest, And I remember Noel Gallagher was getting stick for... he's ripping off the Beatles, and he turned around and says, well, of course I'm going to rip off the Beatles. It's the greatest band ever. Do you know what I mean?
It's what he was growing up with. And then he goes off and plays with Neil Young.
Why wouldn't you rip him off? You know,
if you can get away with it.
Exactly. Yeah. 87 million quid in the bank later.
How bad?
Who's laughing?
How bad? Like.
Anyway, look, you're going to do a couple of tunes for us, and then we're going to take a single as well.